All right, let's just jump right into this explainer and dismantle the absolute biggest myth in winter sports. You know the one? The idea that you have to completely overpay for lift access just to hit those legendary mountains. Today, we're walking through the core philosophy of what's known as the SkiSaver System. Listen, before you book your lodging, before you pick your flights, or even start looking at rental cars, you've got to figure out how you're actually getting on the mountain. Why? Because lift access is hands down the single easiest place to accidentally waste hundreds of dollars. So, we're going to break down exactly how to stop overpaying and start planning way smarter.
To understand why so many skiers overpay, we kind of have to look at the trap itself first. The ski industry has essentially trained casual, everyday destination skiers to deeply fear the daily window rate. I mean, picture it. You walk up to a ticket window at a major resort and you see a daily rate of $200 or even a truly painful $300. It creates this immediate sense of financial panic before your trip even begins. People see that number and just assume, well, I guess skiing is just impossibly expensive now. But the truth is, the window rate should almost never be your actual plan. If your strategy is to show up to the mountain and buy a lift ticket at the window on the morning of, you are literally doing ski travel the most expensive way humanly possible.
Because of that fear, we get boxed into this completely false dichotomy. The industry really wants you to think there are only two choices. Option 1, pay that absurd, terrifying daily window rate every single time you ski. Or option 2, shell out for a massive, expensive, unlimited season pass entirely out of panic. They heavily market option 2, making you feel like if you don't drop $1,000 right this second, you're going to get absolutely crushed at the ticket window later on.
Okay, let's move into section 1, the unlimited pass illusion.
Here's the thing. The unlimited pass tricks our psychology into feeling safe. We buy the huge pass, spend a massive chunk of change up front, and then completely forget about it. Now, to be totally clear, unlimited passes are absolutely not inherently evil. Actually, if you're a heavy skier, a local, or someone doing multiple long trips a year, something like an Epic or Ikon pass is a truly fantastic deal. But they are dangerously overpurchased by casual destination skiers. Prepaying makes us feel like our skiing is suddenly just free when we finally arrive at the mountain. But it isn't free, right? You prepaid for it. And if you don't use enough days, that pass you bought to save money is actually costing you a fortune. Let's break down the metric that actually matters, your actual cost per day. The total price of the pass really doesn't matter nearly as much as this number. Think about it like this. If you buy a $1,000 pass and you ski 20 days, your cost per day is a beautiful $50. That is an incredible deal. If you ski 10 days, you're at $100 a day. Still pretty good. But what if you buy that exact same $1,000 pass out of fear of the window rate and then you only end up taking one single 5-day trip all year? Well, your actual cost per day skyrockets to $200. You didn't beat the system at all. You literally just prepaid the window rate months in advance.
Which brings us perfectly to section 2, the SkiSaver method and the middle ground.
So we have to fundamentally change how we do the math here. We have to stop comparing the price of an unlimited pass to the terrifying window rate. That right there is the trap. And this is the core of the SkiSaver method. It's all about calculating your true break-even points by comparing those unlimited passes to middle ground products. We're talking about things like 4-packs, flex tickets, and regional passes. We have to stop asking, how much is a lift ticket? Honestly, that's just the wrong question. This method empowers you to ask the right question. What is the cheapest legitimate way for me to ski the exact number of days I actually plan to ski?
Let's look at how this builds your trip math. Based on the SkiSaver data, we can figure out some general break-even points. The Epic Local Pass usually starts making mathematical sense around 7 or more days of skiing. A full Epic Pass, that makes sense around 10 or more days. An Ikon Base Pass is also around 10 or more days. And a full Ikon Pass really only starts making sense if you are hitting 15 or more days on the mountain. Now, these aren't perfect down to the exact penny for every single resort, but they are an incredibly useful starting point. Because if you're a casual skier only hitting the slopes for 4 or 5 days this winter, you absolutely should not be buying access like someone who's skiing 15.
Let's dive into section 3, visualizing your ski season.
To figure out if you'll actually hit those break-even points, we need to get away from the abstract math and ground this in reality. It is so easy in like September or October to say, oh yeah, for sure, I'm definitely going to ski a dozen days this year. But reaching just 10 days of skiing realistically requires some serious logistical commitment. To hit 10 days, you basically need to take 3 separate, dedicated ski trips across the winter. We're talking a 3-day weekend in January, a 4-day trip in February, and another 3-day trip in March. The only real alternative is committing to skiing locally once a week, every single week from January straight through March. When you actually map it out, 10 days is a lot of travel, a lot of lodging, and a whole lot of hauling heavy gear through airports.
So you really have to ask yourself honestly, is your schedule truly built for unlimited? Are you actually going to hit the mountain that often? Or are you maybe buying an expensive pass based on the skier you wish you were rather than the skier your calendar says you are? Be brutally honest with yourself here. There is absolutely no shame in taking one awesome 5-day trip a year, but you shouldn't be funding the resorts as if you live there.
If you look at your calendar and realize, hey, I'm probably not hitting 10 or 15 days, don't worry. This is exactly where the massive savings live. There are so many hidden middle ground options out there. 3-packs, 4-packs, flex tickets, frequent skier cards, advance purchase multi-day tickets, and regional local cards. Now, these products aren't always marketed as aggressively as the huge mega passes. Sometimes they're buried deep on a resort's website, where they disappear after the fall, or maybe they have a couple of blackout dates. But these hidden gems are designed specifically for the destination skier taking a single trip or maybe just a couple of weekends. Finding just one of these can entirely change the math of your whole trip.
All right, moving to our final section, Section 4, the 5-step SkiSaver rule.
Let's pull all of this together into a foolproof, actionable system. You don't have to guess, and you don't have to just cross your fingers and hope you snagged a good deal. Here are the 5 steps of the SkiSaver rule to follow every single season. Step 1, pick your region or the specific resorts you're actually considering first. Please don't buy a pass and then figure out where to go later. Step 2, count your real ski days. Look at a physical calendar and be totally realistic. Step 3, compare all realistic access products. Don't just look at the big mega passes, hunt for those 4-packs and regional cards we talked about. Step 4, calculate your estimated cost per day for each option. And finally, Step 5, buy unlimited only if the math actually supports it. Whatever you do, never wait until the last second and let the resort dictate the price at the window. You take control by following these exact steps.
Which brings us to our final thought. Before you book anything else, before you spend a single dollar on winter travel, I want you to grab your calendar, count your actual realistic days, use the math we just talked about to stop overpaying for your lift access. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't just to save pennies, the goal is to keep this amazing sport accessible so you can actually get out there on the mountain and enjoy it. So take a hard look at your schedule right now. How many days are you actually skiing this year? Answer that first, and I promise you, the rest of your trip will fall perfectly into place.